everybody, and welcome! Today we're going to be using the minigame template in the Vidyuu Essentials Bundle to build a very quick minigame called Laser Tag House Party! Oh yeah! Without the oh yeah, but it's going to be so much fun. I'm super excited, and if you are interested in learning like the basics of scripting and not necessarily using a template, I highly recommend you check out the Learn Hub. That's oculus.com/horizon-world/learn. There's actually an entire tutorial series on there on how to build your first minigame, but if you just like to use the template, we're going to show you how to do that today. For the over 400 people who already have the bundle, thank you all so much. And if you don't, we're giving this all away. You just need to leave your Oculus username in the comments to be added. We're going to start by creating an empty world and inviting a few collaborators. Now it's time to build a super cool mansion house party that we can host laser tag in. Cue time lapse. To get started, we're going to build this awesome landscape, not to mention KO clouds, and then we're going to put up a fence to keep the gameplay tight and action-packed. Now we want to focus on creating the foundation for the mansion. Consider where to place the pool. Woo! That was awesome! Fabulous work, everyone. This amazing world has been built by KO, myself, and Euphoria, and as you can see, this house is coming along quite nice. There are a few laser tag devices already ready, not to mention this awesome kitchen and upside-down dining table. When we head into build mode, you'll start to notice that there's some things gray box, like we've got a hot tub, a pool, we've got a cup hero, we've also got a little fire pit down here, and there's just a little bit that needs to be done. So we've got some awesome friends with us today. KO's back, we got Habiter, and we are going to finish this house off. First things first, we're going to open up our menu. From the bottom of our menu on the Create tab, if you have already been invited, you might see it under Collaboration Invites waiting to be accepted. Otherwise, under My Worlds, you're going to see the Vidyuu Essentials Bundle. You can also search for it if you've got a lot of worlds like I do. We'll go ahead and click the eye icon, and then in the three dot icon, we can hit Import World. Now what's nice is this is underneath the world, so I know in my world I built at grid level, and this is about 100 meters below, so heading into build mode, we're gonna see the Vidyuu Essentials Bundle is loading in, and it's massive! If you haven't been to the Vidyuu Essentials Bundle lately, I recommend you come and check it out. There are so many amazing things, some we will be using, but the one we're focusing on today is the Minigame Template. We're going to be using this to quickly create Laser Tag House Party in nearly no time at all. So the first thing we need to do with this template is create some player variables. So we need to create score, KOs, health, can see HUD, and the leaderboard variable score. So let's go ahead and open up our menu, and then from the settings page under player, we can create those player variables. You can have up to 25 of these, but these do need to be spelled exactly the same. So S with a capital S, KO is capital K, capital O, letter lowercase s. Okay, if you got all of those, then we head on to the next tab, leaderboard, and we're going to create one called score, and this is just going to be descending, so it's already set up for us. The next thing we need to do is open up this leaderboard and swap out this old score with the new score. So you just make it empty and then click that one, and that refreshes it, so you can see it says no scores are found, so that's perfect. And then if we head on over to this version 2.1 ordered scores, we need to open this up. Now while you're inside of this script, be very, very careful, because it's easy to mess this up and then it's hard to fix. And so when you're clicking on the black space, make sure you don't accidentally drag one of these code blocks around. But what we're looking for is a long string of numbers like this. If we click the drop down, we can then select our score leaderboard, and then we scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's one more. And like that, this should be functional, so I encourage us to test it out first. Hit reset, and then we're going to go ahead and hit play, queuing in. So you guys can take that side, I'll take this side. Oh, it's working? So far, so good. Oh, we're in. Okay, so it is working. Everything seems to be great! Yes! One down. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yes! Oh! Laser Tag House Party's first winner, Lakeso 5. Can you knock that off? So yeah, you can see my all-time wins just went up by 1. We can see I got 8 KOs. That was pretty easy to get set up and working. And the next thing we need to do is note that there is 10 health in this version. There's 2 damage for headshots, 1 damage for torsos. Winning team is going to receive 1 point towards the leaderboard. Total KOs are displayed on the wall, and health regens once per 2 seconds. This is some great mechanics, and if you are wanting to learn the scripting to adjust these mechanics, I definitely encourage you to start with that minigame tutorial that we had mentioned at the beginning of this. That's a great way to get started learning minigames, and we will talk a little bit about how you can modify some of this, but for the most part, you're kind of stuck to the rules of this minigame to use this template, and for us, that's perfect because this allows us to have 2 teams and very quickly throw together a laser tag house party. Moments ago, we just deleted the things we don't need, like the elevator and some of the stuff at the club's hop. We left most of the art assets and a lot of the script basics, so that way if we need something from there, we have it available. But just to kind of delete some objects, we were actually well over our object capacity, so it was very important that we went through and deleted things that we weren't going to be using. And now, Pigeon and Kale are going to be taking these art assets and using them to make it beautiful! Well, we're going to take this minigame template and use it to get the game mechanics set up. All right, let's go. Take our queue up, right? Like that's kind of one of the most important things. We don't really need this box because we've already got an invisible box on our world. So I'm going to just delete the invisible box. And now we're just going to go ahead and select all of these items. There we go. Looks like we got most of them. Being very careful on the edges here. And now we're going to grab from this bottom snap point. And we're going up into the world, and here at the front gate, this is where we want to have this kind of set up. And I know the queue is kind of small, so maybe we should set it right here. So it's like you get dropped off by a car, and then you step into the queue over here, and then maybe we can even put a wall up, right? And so I'm thinking let's let go of this, and then let's stretch this out, back wall like that. Queue can go up against it. And so we're going to grab our queue text and then just slide that over. And then I just try to get it as close as possible without going through. There we go. Okay, so we got our queue text, and then we just need to drag this out as well. And we'll snap it right to there. Perfect. And we're going to need to snap this into here as well. And like that, we have a really nice queue. So you spawn into the world right here. Then you can step into the queue, but there's a wall here. Okay, that is hysterical. So we're going to need to move this wall over. So we had put this wall up to prevent people from escaping. It worked a little too well. And then we're going to select all of this again. And I think it's going to accidentally select some other stuff we don't want. So we'll fix that in just a second. And once we get all of this selected, you can click from the outside of your selection to deselect objects. And if you start a deselection, it'll just continue deselecting. It won't select anything else. There we go. And now we can slide this back and line it up with the road. And then what I was thinking about doing here was actually lowering it so that this is more in line with the road, because it seems like it's a little bit off. So we'll just drag that down right about there. Okay, now we have a queue zone, and you can see it does work, and this can queue quite a few players actually. And so thinking about our world, we're going to want to have at least a 12-player world. I mean, this is a house party, so definitely wanting to get it into the point where it can have 6 people. And so if we count 2 up, 1, 2, 1, 2, I think this wall needs to be a little bit taller to support a larger queue. Now, the next thing to note is since we're using the Essentials Bundle, this original spawn point, we're actually going to go ahead and delete that. And then down here in our bundle, we have this spawn point here. And so we're just going to go ahead and bring that right to about here. So it looks like you've just loaded in. I do want to bring in some sort of car right here. So it looks like you got dropped off. And then the other thing to think about is the respawn. This is this piece right here. So we're going to drag this off to the edges. So here it is. And we're going to snap it level and then just stretch it all the way underneath the world. Wow, look at this outside view. This is really cool. I love the stars and the clouds. These are what we call KO clouds because they're just adorable and cute. I mean, look at those eyes. Oh my gosh. So the next thing to think about with our minigame template is where do they end up after they're done? That'll be outside of the house party, which is this spawn point. So we're going to go ahead and select this spawn point plus the scoreboard here. This is where you're going to spawn out. This is kind of like the lobby of the game. We should definitely put something in here to make it more enjoyable. And so I'm thinking this kind of intro stuff that we've put in here, so like a doorway to the plaza, explanation of the Vidyuu Essentials Bundle, the YouTube plaque. We also have this welcome, which is really nice. So I'm thinking let's grab this welcome information and just build a little zone out here. In your welcome text, you have welcome, and then what do you want to happen after the player's name, which I had it say, "Welcome Lakes 05 to Laser Tag House Party!" And so I actually want to break it after the 2. And so to do that, we just go into our text here. And where we had previously put the break here, we want to just go backspace, space, and then put the break right after the 2 and put BR and then end symbol. And now when we come in, so that's actually pretty awesome, right? So now we just need to put it on a sign. So when you come in, you feel like you've just been welcomed. Okay, so I just quickly drafted together this little sign here. Then I wanted to go to my style tab, grab a metallic gold. So we're just looking for kind of a gold tone, slide our text right there in the center, put it inside of this rock, right? That's kind of a cool idea. Move our spawn point to be right here. Oh, it's a little too big. So if we open up the text gizmo, we can actually resize it using this fixed font size and say set it to 7. It's perfect! So when you come in, you get this nice welcome. You can kind of look around and then you realize there's a queue. You're like, nice! I always recommend making kind of like some place to organize your scripts. And so I could just leave this by the welcome sign, but I think we're going to go up here to our little world section and start just placing every script that we're using here. Ah! Oh, look, it's Oculus with the crazy face with the live stream. Shout out to Oculus and his live stream. What? You can follow him on Facebook for more lives. Seriously, check him out. Welcome area developed. It's time for us to start bringing the game mechanics up. Now is a good time to just go grab all of the scripts here and make sure you get all of these. So we've got like the game controller, we have the health controller. So these invisible cubes, that's what they are. So we need to make sure we grab all of this. Let's stop the world because I did miss one really important thing. So we're going to stop the world. And once the world stopped, you can see these heads up displays start to appear. Everybody has to go into play mode and then back into build mode. These heads up displays, because they're locally scripted, can be quite finicky. But right now, while we're at the very beginning of our world creation, it's important that we collect them and keep them with this script because we don't really need these to be stored anywhere of importance. So we're going to select all of those scripts again, making sure to get those invisible cubes. And we're also going to grab these invisible heads up displays. And so you'll note that the left side is actually our chest plate and the right side is our actual heads up display. And I'm going to put them on the other side. While we're working on these heads up displays, let me quickly show you how we can make more. I'm going to duplicate up a copy of this one. And I'm going to go a little bit higher so I can differentiate between the initial 4 and these next ones. Duplicate another copy. And then making just a little bit of a gap so they're easier to select. And then I'm going to array a couple more. So now there's a set of 4 here. And then just to make this easier for me to visually see, we've got 4, this will be 8. Then we're going to duplicate this over 12, and that's 16. All of these heads up displays, if we open the properties panel, at the bottom it says my player ID number is 0. And as you make your way up, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3. And so if we open this one up, since we duplicated 3 for all of these, we just need to adjust this to 4. And now this will attach to the 5th player to enter the world. And if that doesn't make sense to you, it's because the first player is 0. I know, it seems weird, but that is indeed how things work when we're talking about player numbers. The last one, and I gotta admit, my arms are really sore. So yeah, there we go. We did it. We've got 16 of them from 0 to 15, and we can now support 16 players. Or wait, what's this red ring about? Well, if you look at our world capacity, oh no, our simulation animation is over 103%. This is not surprising. Our objects are at 99%. We've got our player settings set for 10. Yikes, how can we support 16? So let's see. Let's talk a little bit about capacity. I just threw us up to 16, which is going to take our animation to 126, and nobody can build. And everybody's like, no, this is frustrating. Why would you do this to us, Lakes? KO, I have an important task for you and Pigeon. These windows are pretty high capacity windows. So can you actually just delete all of these windows? And so what we're going to do is use our low cap windows. Each of these windows is about 0.5%. And so if we come down here to our low cap windows, just snap it into place, and it's going to take us down by like 5 or 6% capacity because these windows are so much cheaper. We've got all of these cars over here. We're definitely not keeping the cars. I'm sorry to anybody who wanted to drive cars. It's just not going to be happening in our laser tag house party. That you can actually do this Wednesday. Oculus and I have something surprising for you. Text objects just add up really quickly. So if you got a bunch of text lying around in your world, feel free to delete it. Like we have text describing what all of these things are. And so we can just quickly delete delete those. These projectile launchers, there's a few different options in here, but this is the only one we need, and it's already in the minigame, so we can actually just go ahead and delete all of this. And then over here, we're not going to be using either of these. We might keep the stretchy string because it's pretty fun. We're getting really close, 101%, we're almost there. Last thing is these just few objects here were all grabbables. And that should have done the trick, right? Hey, we're at 99%, you guys, we did it. So if we need more percentage, which we will soon, we're gonna have to come back and start doing some more optimization. But look at, we wanted, to get to 16 players, and we did. And honestly, I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna end up deleting 1 or 2 of these heads-up displays, going down to maybe 15 or 14 players, because we do need to create more laser tag devices. And I think there's only 6 so far, but we need to have some for every single player. So there's that we're going to have to think about. But for now, you guys have fun with what percentage we do have. And most of what we're doing isn't animation related. Like, for instance, these projectile launchers for the dance floor, I guess this pool is becoming a dance floor. It doesn't really actually matter because these are 0% capacity, believe it or not. It's weird, I know, but it's true. Just literally stretch it to the corners and we're done. It is that simple. This was never possible until we discovered that new trick. If you haven't seen the video, link here. Seriously, amazing. Also, if you want to build mansions and windows like this, Merc has an amazing tutorial on the channel. You can find it also here, links in the description as well. Seriously, mansion windows was an amazing video. And this is looking great. Look at, they just snap into place. Back here at our minigame template, there's a lot of things we don't really need. We can delete all of these little walls throughout the game. We can delete that. There's this rotation piece, which I encourage you to think about keeping. This piece here randomly rotates to a new rotation during the game, which is amazing. It's not really relevant to our house party though, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. But just, we included that in this template to kind of get you to think about how do you make dynamically changing maps, so that way they're constantly changing. And so every time the game starts, that would choose a random position, which was really quite something. This little scoreboard here, nobody's looking at that during the game, right? Like, everybody's focused on playing the game. So let's take this score plus this wall and let's go put that up here. But what about the timer? Normally I'd put a timer on a heads-up display so that way you can see it from everywhere in the map. But in here, I mean, you're inside of a house, you're outside of a house. Grab the game timer and we're going to put this up in the sky. We're going to make it extra big. All here, we're going to stretch it out nice and big. Select the two, group the two together, open up the properties panel, and then we're going to go into our attributes tab and choose freeform. And freeform means this is going to face you no matter where you are in the world. As you can see, even when I'm above or below, it's always facing towards me. Place these. So remember, this is the blue side, that was the red side, and I think blue should go out by the water. So we're going to grab all of our blue friends and go place their spawn points out by the water. And then you'll note we did have one extra little gun here that goes in the center. And so this is kind of like just a bonus one that you can go and find and be like first two. And so we're going to go ahead and place that in this room. These are the red team spawn points. And so we're going to go place these around the house. Spawn points placed around, and I'll show you more about how to use that in a minute. Now I'm just going to double check I'm not using this text, which we're not. So you can see there's no wires attached to it. So we're going to go ahead and delete that one. And then these are our game audio. And so I believe we need to bring these up here. Oh, that is interesting. Is that, what happened to that? Is that real? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, did I forget to make it animated? Got to make sure it's on animated. Although, that's an interesting trick I've never seen before. What if we click none, zoom in, make this non-visible, and then does that save us animation capacity because we've kind of just cheated the system? I think we might have. Oh, that's so cool because text will always rotate. Like, text is animated, but the object behind it wasn't. Oh yeah, that's cool. So now we're going to take these audio objects and just place them above the game timer. Now let's go and open them up and see where is the sound distance. So you can see the maximum distance here is 45. Let's go make this 100, right? So this should go through the whole entire game. And like that, we're ready to play our first game of Laser Tag House Party. Can I invite y'all to come with me down into the lobby area? So I'm going to hit stop, reset, and play. And then just tap once on your preview and join me in the world. Welcome KO-chan, welcome Lakes, welcome Pigeon, and Oculos. We do need to add some environmental sounds, so after this, do you think you guys can find some sort of like beach sounds, maybe some waves, some wind, maybe some nighttime sounds? Oh, and I love these stars. Look at how they twinkle. That is so cool. It's time to play Laser Tag House Party, first round. Here we go. Oh, too fast. I get you. Get him. KO's moving up on the all-time wins leaderboard. Very nice, you guys. Let's go ahead and create some more spawn points. Wait. No. Well, let's actually backtrack. Let's delete all but one of each of the team's spawn points. So if you open up the spawn points, you'll see it says is red team, and that's set to true. Cool, that's easy enough. So let's keep this one and delete the others. Now we just have one of each. And I think what we should do to kind of like really help signify what's happening here in which team is color these pedestals. So if we go into the build, style, color, red. Ta-da! Take a look at this. Okay, so I want to kind of explain what we're looking at here first. So if you want to have more spawn points, this spawn point is simply you just duplicate it. If you duplicate this and place it somewhere, you've got another blue team spawn point. Or if you have it, checked to red, then you have another red team spawn point. Very simple to create a ton of different spawn points, and we're going to have a lot of these. So looking forward to that. But what we need to look at here is this projectile launcher gun. So I'm going to stop the world. This is kind of important because it makes things not get messed up. We've got some really interesting information. Score points, you get 1 point for this. Nice. Damage, 1 damage. So if you wanted a weapon that did less damage, you could type in like 0.5. Or if you wanted it to do more damage, type in 2. We also have an option to turn off health. Use health is currently turned on, which we obviously want to do in our map, so that's great. Can respawn players is set to true, so that's all good. We've also got our sound effects linked in here, so that's nice. We've got a delay. This is how fast is it going to return. You could also make it an instant return when it's let go, which might actually be the best thing to do with these. And the reason behind that is because when they get out of the map, we want them to let go of their guns and they to instantly return. And if you're playing the game and you lose your gun, gotta go run and find another one. Now, if we zoom into the group, this allows us to go inside of the grouping where we could adjust our sound effects, or in this case, we're gonna open up the projectile launcher properties. You can leave the group by pressing that button again or clicking twice with your index trigger to zoom out. I'm gonna go ahead and move this up here. And on our projectile launcher, this is gonna allow us to create kind of anything we want. So here we've got a speed of 50. We've got a scale of 0.05. We're going to go up to a massive 0.1, which is 1/10 of a meter. So pretty large bullet size. Trail length of 10 is awesome. I'm thinking actually going to 15. And projectile color, it should be blue, right? Like this is the blue team, so we should be firing blue. Now these changes we just made here, we're going to go do the same thing to the red side. Look at that. We have now updated our launchers. And so since we've done this and we just want to do a quick test, I think Oculus and I are going to run in and do a quick test on this. Oh, that's orange. The blue looks great. Oh, and it's gone. As soon as you let go, it's gone. Nice. Now, this pedestal is really cool and the colors are great. The only thing that might be a problem is that you can grab another team's gun. And because the guns are locally scripting, there's not much we can do about that because local scripts are not able to pull player persistent variables, which means we'd have to create a controller, talk to the controller, find out who owns that player, what color player that is. It's a little more complicated than we want to get into today. If you understand what I just said, feel free to implement that in your own build. The last thing we're going to do today is use these awesome laser tag devices created by Euphoria and implement them in our build. And so over here we have a blue one. I like the color of the blue, don't like the design. And so we're just going to go ahead and recolor this green one to be blue. And then I need to collect this. Oh, let's actually grab that again, put that there, grab this green. And because it's an unlit green, we're just going to slide it into the blue hue. And if you didn't see all that was happening, I was just thumb sticking to the left to select a color. So that's your eyedropper tool right there, which is really sweet. Oh, I forgot we wanted to do that. This light, remember we were going to put a light on this sign over here? We should still do that. That would be great. So yeah, let's put a light right there. Nice. Maybe throw a light up in here and maybe light right here. Hit stop. And with the world stopped, we can go and grab our red design from over here. Now what we're going to do is start by selecting from this pointer on the tip. Group this together. And then we're going to hit the zoom in button. So that's going to allow us to zoom this in. And then we're going to delete very carefully all objects that we're not needing inside of this. Grab from this guy and snap it right to the front of our projectile launcher. And then all we need to do is just slide it into position. That is perfect. Wow, wonderful. Okay, let's go do the exact same thing for the blue one. Hey, Oculos, check this out. Now that we have got our guns completed, they're thicker, so they should work a little better. We're going to actually just duplicate these all over the place, and we're going to probably break our world doing this. So we'll see how many we can get. So there's one there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's actually just go with 7 because I'm pretty sure we're going to run out of capacity. Oh, we already have. And so let's actually just do a 14-player world, which will save a little bit of cap. Time to add our 6 more red players in. Okay, now we're going to see that we've already gone over capacity. We're 1% over, but no fear because remember we've deleted 2 players, which means we can get rid of 2 of these heads-up displays. Make sure you do only delete the highest value ones. And so we'll know that now that we're doing 14 players, this one ends at 13. So did that perfect. So we are at 99%. We support 14 players. We still have some other cool stuff we can implement down here. And since this is a laser tag house party, I think it would be cool to add some kind of things to play with. Do not forget to store your script blocks so you don't lose them. 2-person treehouse, which I absolutely adore. I love that that treehouse will break if you get into it, which is just hysterical and fun. I'm going to take all these scripts we're not using and put them in a different section. So like this section back here is scripts that we might want to use in the future. Now these lasers, you can just duplicate them and use them everywhere. So we're probably going to use them. So I'm just going to go ahead and move them up and then we'll place them around in a second. We'll move them over by the beach area over here where we had the previous lasers. How cool would it be if we zoom in on our game timer text right here? Now we can zoom out, close out of this. We don't need this. And then on our text, there's a spot for a drop down and we can attach the color script. So let's go grab the colored light script. And what I want to do with this colored light script on our timer is change the hue. So right now it's on fade. So let's go turn fade off. So now it's going to flash. And then let's change the flash hue start should be 0.7 and the end should be 1. So it's going to flash between blue, purple, and red. So it'll kind of be like the game's theme. And then I do want to hide this kind of party popper button. Like, I don't know, right over here. You know what we're going to do with this air horn because it's super annoying is that in the properties panel of the sports air horn, we're going to take the distance and set it down to 2. So you have to be standing right there. Basically, you're just annoying yourself. So great. It's like literally just for the person pressing the button. Nobody else has to hear it. Now we don't need these little tubes here. One of these is a confetti. So this is the laser, this is the confetti. We don't want any confetti in our world. We do want the lasers. In fact, place these like all over the place.
What's a house party without 100 lasers, right?
I know, right? I can't wait to turn these lasers on. I'm actually like really excited. Should we hit play and see what happens?
Perfect.
Oh, there it is. Look at it. This is pretty neat. It's like, it does feel like you're in a laser tag house party now. Confident there's too many lasers. Yeah, totally fine. And now for the fun part. What I want to do is work on the pool real quick, so I'm going to go build the pool. Nice. You can hide in the pool now while you're shooting, which is kind of amazing. I'm going through and turning off the physics on these guns because it wasn't necessary, as we had made them instantly return. So it was actually costing us a lot of capacity. I'm curious how much we're going to get back. 96% though. I mean, I just saved 3%. You know it's a house party because I have a mattress and pillows on the outside of the house. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting so much lag because of all these laser launchers. I'm going to go delete half of them. Wow, look at this! This is incredible. There's laser lights. There's so much in here. It's like, look at this little turned over table. This is incredible. You guys have done amazing. Huge shout out to Pigeon, KO, Habiter, and Oculos in the whole live stream that joined us. And a huge shout out to Euphoria, who designed the initial build of this house, designed this incredible kitchen, also designed these incredible laser blasters. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. We are going to go test it now, so you'll get to see a little bit of B-roll here after this, but don't forget to like and subscribe. We can't wait to see you in Horizon. This Wednesday, we got a very special World Tours event. That's 5/8 p.m. Pacific Eastern. So we'll see you there. And if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments. If you'd like to build or learn some scripting, highly recommend that Learn series I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Link is in description with some other amazing scripting tutorials. We're out! Check it out! Let's attack house party!
Get some!
Oh! Come on! Why are you not dead yet?
Come here!
God!
Give me your legs!
No!
Come here!
No!
You're dying in the pool where you swim!
Ooh, there's a guy around the corner here. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Man, I didn't do so hot.
Dang, it was like 1 point away.
I couldn't find a gun.
That is so close.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks.
I'm sorry, man.
I found last minute though. So I've got one score. That's
cool.
I'm on the board.
Blue squad.
We'll see you in Horizon. Bye.